Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Colin Abrams with the HGP Sportcast. Ghana Jaguars impressed on day 2 with the bat as Trinidad Red Force looked to the skies for answers at Providence in the Digital PCI Regional 4-Day Tournament. Stanford Howard has more from Providence.
On day 2 at Providence, the Ghana Jaguars made the Trinidad Red Force work harder. Jaguars started day 2 a little wobbly when they lost Tandrain Chanjapal for 36 in the morning session. Skipper Leon Johnson and Jan Hgptv formed a third wicket partnership of 30, placing the Jaguars at 164 for 3. Just after the lunch break, the Jaguars had a scare when they lost 2 wickets in 5 deliveries, that of skipper Johnson 17 and Ashkaya Prasad 21. Raymond Reefer and Chevron Rutherford then propelled the Jaguars' first innings with a 7-wicket partnership of 161 runs. Raymond Reefer continued with Kemo Paul in the afternoon session for a 55-8-wicket partnership, which put the Jaguars at 466 for 7, with a lead of 331 at stumps on day 2. Reporting for the HGP Sportscast, I am Stanford Howard.
Thank you, Stanford. The Ghana Football Federation keeps its promise to provide updates on the construction of its training facility at Providence. Here are the details. Since the launch of this project, there has been a few minor alters to the original plans for construction of the facility. This, along with poor weather conditions in December, will cause the end of the pitch to be completed at a later date.
Our expected completion date is now in April. We're seeing the last week of April, and that can be appreciated from the fact that we've had serious weather situations here in Ghana, and most of the work, as you can appreciate, is subsurface work, and that affects a lot of the weather affects a lot of those works. So
the Vice President of the GFF also gave an update on what has so far been completed at the facility.
So far, what has been completed or what has been done so far, the concrete works for the curb, that is practically most likely between 95 to 96%.
He noted that after these, 3 other stages are to be completed before the pitch is finished.
There's 3 sets of works that has to be done once the filling is done. So the fill will go on, and that will continue, and then we will come with the drainage, then we will come with the accordion system, and then we will come with the turf.
The facility, when completed, will host approximately 3,000 to 5,000 seats. The facility will also house the technical department of the GFF.
We want to be able to run coach education courses out of here, so looking at having a seminar room downstairs, a fully functional kitchen. Upstairs we're looking to have the dorms, so we'll be able to have national encampments as well.
The facility will have state-of-the-art lighting in accordance to CONCACAF standards.
The lighting level that will be used for the facility, it's been spec'd and engineered in accordance with the CONCACAF tier lighting system. I think we've selected tier 2. Tier 2 lighting we're going for, which would allow us to hold high-level CONCACAF tournaments at this venue once it's completed.
President of the GFF, Wayne Ford. The purpose of this facility is to train and develop national players and potential players, but it will also be used to host games.
We'll cover training and development in a big way as compared to just a stadium. But all the amenities that goes with the stadium, the seating, the entertainment, concessionary, everything will be here at the facility. But training and development of the athletes will remain center of the designs.
The project could be further altered in the future if necessary. The President noted that if this happens, he will inform all stakeholders to ensure that it will be for the betterment of the players. The FIFA Gold project is set to be completed by the end of April, according to the President of the GFF. According to some teams, after the conclusion of the GFF Stag Elite League Season 2, they received prizes, but match fees were still outstanding. The GFF was contacted to ascertain the reason for the non-payment of match fees, but this information has not been obtained as yet. We will bring you more on this story in a subsequent newscast. And finally, Orlando Magic wasn't strong enough as the Cleveland Cavaliers nipped them in the final seconds on Thursday night at the Quicken Loans Arena. Stanford Howard has more.
In Thursday night NBA action, the Cavaliers were looking for a little payback against the Orlando Magic, who outscored them last October. And that's what they did, ending the first quarter 36-20. The Magic fought back in the second quarter, but players like LeBron James and Isaiah Thomas had them at bay, ending the first half with a 20-point lead over the Magic. The Orlando Magic used their pixie dust in the second half of the game when they outscored the Cavaliers 33-17, closing the gap with just a mere 4 points going into the final quarter. Although the Orlando Magic scored 3 more points than the Cavaliers in the final quarter 23-20, the Cavaliers sneaked past the back door with a 104-103 win over the Magic. Reporting for the Hgptv Sportcast, I'm Stanford Howard.
Thank you, Stanford, and that has brought us to the end of this edition of the Hgptv Sportcast. Before we go, remember, adversity causes some men to break and others to break records. Goodbye.